Hey, welcome to F&G Whiskey. I've got a ride for you today. The Prideful Goat. All right, guys, welcome back to F&G Whiskey. So today we've got the Prideful Goat. It's a 6-year rye, and this was a single barrel, and it was selected by 2 stores here in Colorado. One's more up north, one's down here in the south area where I live, and super excited to get this. All the reviews that I saw on it said how great it was. So once I saw it on the shelf, super excited. I believe it was coming in at that 65 price point, which for a 6-year rye, I think is a great buy. And the guy that put this label together is kind of a YouTube legend. So really interesting in that aspect too. So this is coming in at 114 proof, 114.4. So that's 57.2 volume. Let's get into it. So normally what I do is I read the reviews and then I kind of tell you what I get. Well, talked to a few friends of mine and they said, that's really not a very smart thing because your brain can make you subjectively get what you're reading. So I decided to change things up. What we're going to do is we're going to do the review, see what I get, and then we'll read a review afterwards and see if they got kind of the same thing that I got. So let's get into the nose. Very floral, almost like cologne. There's some apple in there. Yeah, I would say dominating is the floral. A little bit of rye, but I don't know if I'm getting that mistaken with the floral aspect of it. But definitely smells really good. Now I'm getting kind of a caramel apple. So caramel and apple kind of together. Let's dig in. So one thing that I love about this bottle, as you can see, I've kind of already drank it down a little bit, is you get major fruit notes on this. And I hear people say fruit all the time, and a lot of times I don't know if it's my palate, but I don't pick up a lot of those fruit notes. On this one, it's apple. It's green apple. And I can't usually tell the difference on apple. On this one, I can. It's very prominent. You hit that apple at the front, you hit the rye in the mid palate, and then the finish just tends to linger and you kind of get that floral aspect on the finish. Let's go in for the second sip. Yeah. What I'm getting more that I probably haven't noticed in the past is more of that, the floral aspect. It's really coming through strong on this, almost like perfume, but not in a bad way. But the apple, the caramel, it's not a lot of caramel, but it does hit. So apple, caramel, and then we get a little bit of that floral aspect and the rye spice. Let's see. Let's try the finish here. Yeah, floral aspect just goes on and on and on. I'm not getting a ton of oak, which on a 6-year rye, you'd think you get a lot of oak. There's a hint of it back there, but not a ton. Kind of what's dominating the finish is that floral aspect. So you get the apple up front, mid palate, you get kind of that rye spice, and then you get kind of a floral kind of finish. So really interesting bottle. Let's see what this reviewer got. So on the nose, he's getting caramel, lots of toffee, graham cracker, clove, cinnamon, some citrus, and a lot of baking spice. So yeah, he really didn't get that apple note that I was getting. More of the caramel. So let's see. This is a single barrel. I mean, this was a store pick, so it could be drastically different than what this guy got. But 6-year, 95 rye, 5 malted barley. On the palate, he says, very nice mouthfeel. I'll agree with that. It's nice on the palate. Damn, this is really good. Sweet, dark toffee notes from the nose to transition to the palate. Delicious surprise of toffee, caramel, and some citrus on the whole palate. See, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but I get that apple on this. And, you know, when you go with the green apple, it's going to be more of that citrus, but I feel like it really dominates. And then the floral aspect in the back end, where I'm not really seeing any, you know, type of floral in his review. On his finish, he says baking spice covers your cheeks. Dark sweetness manages to stick around. I agree with that. Some sweetness sticks around. I get more of that floral, but the sweetness does stick around. Is this a recommend? I mean, a 6-year rye, MGP sourced, and $65. It's a pick all day. This is one that, you know, when it's getting kind of cold outside and you want something to warm you up, you definitely want to, you know, grab. So, like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to build a whiskey community here. This isn't something where I just trying to make money. It's more about trying to build a sense of community, talk about bourbon and just that true passion. Hopefully one day get to the point where we can exchange samples and things of that nature. In the month of March, we're looking to possibly do some giveaways. I was able to get a couple Weller Foolproofs, so maybe we'll do a giveaway of that or a giveaway of a Blanton store pick. But yeah. Continue to search for that perfect pour.